Welcome back to another segment of Michigan Conservative Roundtable. My name's TJ. Please like, share, subscribe, and if you can, hit that notification bell. Just yesterday, got a phone call from my dad, and he made a suggestion that I comment on the situation, the events down in Cuba. You know, that little hellhole of an island nation 90 miles south of the Florida Keys. Many of the Cuban people there have been protesting the communist tyranny and dying for it. Here at the Michigan Conservative Roundtable, we've repeatedly made known our opposition to communism, its its way of ruling over people, its philosophy. I've mentioned a few times how I had the opportunity to witness the East German border when the Iron Curtain still stood. There is no way I would entertain any supposed benefit of communist rule. Democrat Party's been forced to come out of the closet in their embrace of socialism, which is a kinder, gentler word for communism. And what really sucks about the Cuba situation is there are Democrats that you know have got to be pulling for the communist leaders. They so desperately want to use Cuba as Exhibit A in extolling the virtues of communism. They might as well just be blurting out to the people, don't these Cuban people know what's good for them? That's about what they say to us here in the States. And lest we forget that ball game that President Obama attended with his good friend Castro. Just today I read another news report where the Department of Homeland Security has made an announcement. Any Cuban fleeing the island caught out on the ocean will be returned to Cuba. That sucks. I have sympathy for the Cuban people. For me, this is the most recent blatant example of how unfortunate it is that Biden is in the White House and that Democrats control the legislature. Deepens my disgust for the rhinos who have facilitated last year's electoral anomalies basically at a time like this. You know, it's real easy for the American people here in the U.S. for them to say, why don't the Cuban people revolt? That's real easy to say when you're not the one being shot at. I suspect they might be the same people who'd have a meltdown if their cable or internet crashed. Thank goodness we do have some Republicans willing to take a stand. The one that comes to mind immediately is Ted Cruz. He's made it known that he's had relatives in the past imprisoned by the communist regime there in Cuba. You also have Marco Rubio, the Florida governor DeSantis, and a few others. And then compare them to the likes of socialist Bernie Sanders, AOC, and the Squad. As to what we can do regarding the Cuban situation, we can start by stiffening our resolve against the Democrats and their progressive agenda. We need to speak out against their insanity. Our silence only emboldens them and their communist buddies across the world. You're going to have to take a stand. You might even have to make yourself a target. Just be thankful you're not being shot at. Yet. Though you might have a visit from the FBI. My name's TJ. Said my piece. As always, be safe. Watch your six. And don't tread on me.